Good afternoon, I'm Vashan Brown with the Midday News. Special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. Residents of White Wing in the St. Andrews South Police Division are fearful following a triple murder in the community on Tuesday. As TVJ's Prince Moore reports, since the shootings last night, there have been a few reprisals.
These pictures only tell half the tale of what transpired at this shop in the White Wing community in St. Andrew last night. It's reported that sometime before 7 o'clock, persons entered the neighborhood and shot 3 men who were in front of this shop. The dead men have been identified as 48-year-old Andre Clark, 47-year-old Gilbert Wade, and Mark Pinnock. Clark and Wade died on the scene at 6:50 p.m., while Pinnock died in hospital at 11:50 p.m. The residents claim that another resident was killed on Monday. They say it's unclear what has caused the upsurge in violence. Meanwhile, about 4:15 this morning, 47-year-old David Mackey was in his yard on Maho Drive when men with high-powered weapons shot him. He died on the scene. It's understood that Mackey's death is in retaliation to the triple killing in White Wing. The police and military are now conducting a major operation in Olympic Gardens following the killings. However, TVJ News understands that while the cops were probing the shootings, gunmen struck a short distance from the Hunts Bay police station, killing a security guard. He was shot and then stabbed by armed thugs while on his way to work about 8 o'clock this morning along Marcus Garvey Drive. The man who works with the JUTC is from Majestic Gardens. It's believed he was killed as part of an ongoing feud in the area. Several persons have been detained in the Olympic Gardens operation. Prince Moore, TVJ News.
And as the government, opposition and other stakeholders get ready for Thursday's crime summit, there's an appeal this afternoon for participants to attend the forum with an open mind. The call came in Parliament on Tuesday as the states of public emergency in St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Catherine and Clarendon were extended.
We are doing so in the expectation that the discussions that are to start on Thursday, which I don't expect will be concluded on Thursday, will be approached not just with a decision to participate, but with open minds and a willingness to search for solutions that are acceptable to the national community as a whole.
In giving an update on the progress made under the SOEs out west, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says a number of persons have been arrested and charged for various offences.
There were 901 arrests and charges within the division for varying offences, to include breaches of the Firearms Act, 138, breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act, 86, were arrested and charged. For murder, 45 were arrested and charged. For shooting, 42 were charged, and for robbery, 34. 60 firearms and 4,133 rounds of ammunition have also been recovered in the space.
Significant improvements have been made at the retirement dump in St. James in a bid to reduce the outbreak of fires. The issue was discussed at the latest meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation. We have the details in this report.
Very unfortunate.
And we will return to that story later on, but for now we'll take a break. More local stories after these messages. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Time now to continue the news, and we go to Bogwalk. Taxi operators in Linstead, St. Catherine are appealing to the authorities to fix the stretch of road from Bogwalk to Ewerton. We have more in this report.
Can you have a good vehicle when you don't have a good road?
That question from taxi operators in Linstead to the Transport Ministry. On Monday, taxi operators in Linstead staged a protest in a bid to send a message to the government. They claim the road leading from Bog Walk to Ewerton has been in a poor state for almost a decade.
It's been decades now in the station. Every time they come, they must come measure up. And when they measure, they must come and measure up, and that's it. We're tired and we're fed up of the situation. It costs the owners them money to keep this car on the road. You understand? At the end of the week when we work, it come like a just back on the car, we have to spend back the money. You understand? Tired of it now. Tired of the promises. We're tired of the promises now. Every MP come, every councillor come, is just going to promise we need a road, and if it will take it till next year, then time we are going to continue this. We are sending a message out to MP, councillor, Prime Minister, everybody. We are sending it to, and we need it fixed, and we need it now.
To add to their frustration, the taxi operators argue that it's hard to keep their vehicles intact because of the poor state of the road.
The other day you have transport, police come right between there and take off plate because of the front end of a vehicle. And tell me now, I've been saying this all the while, how can you have a good vehicle when you don't have a good road? It's impossible to have a good vehicle when you don't have a good road. You have a good road, you must have a good vehicle.
They also raised concerns about the road projects taking place in the corporate area.
Man, them collect tax off of gas from we, for fix road, what the road is fixing. Downtown, the highway, 3 mile, we don't operate if they don't collect tax off of gas for fix road. All the wood on the town, but then collect that and top collect tax off from up here, so we not get no road.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
And we now go back to an earlier story where significant improvements have been made at the retirement dump in St. James in a bid to reduce the outbreak of fires. The issue was discussed at the latest meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation. More in this report.
In May, the last fire at the St. James-based retirement dump left communities, including sections of a resort town of Montego Bay, blanketed with thick smog. And after years of residents complaining about frequent fires at the garbage disposal site, Regional Operations Manager at Western Parks and Market, Garnet Edmondson, outlined measures to address the problem once and for all. He addressed the latest municipal corporation meeting.
We have acquired a tipper truck, a new tipper truck that will do daily covering to ensure that we minimize the risk of fire. We have also trained 2 fire wardens, thanks to the fire department, Mr. Doman, to assist with identifying potential risk of fires and also responding before the fire unit arrives.
Other efforts include the establishment of a 23,000-gallon water tank.
Also, we have equipped our fire warden with an ATV motorbike to traverse the thoroughfare of the landfill. We have fixed some 1,300 kilometers of drain to ensure that we have proper drainage on the landfill, and also we have resurfaced the road.
He says the authorities are also looking at using technology to prevent spontaneous combustion at the landfill.
We have also invested in a technology out of China that is called gas venting system, which release the methane gas from the landfill. So that we have installed some 76 pipes that will release the gas in the atmosphere.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
And here's a preview of what's coming up in this evening's Health Report.
In the next edition of the Health Report, we look at perinatal depression.
With our screening methods, we have been recognizing the lifestyle survey shows that the incidence of depression and suicide have decreased. So we are recognizing more people, and because we are increasing with mental health treatment programs, we are screening for depression more effectively, then we are able to bring down the level of depression and individuals who might attempt suicide.
That's the Health Report this evening in Primetime News. And now for today's healthy living tip. Practice self-compassion. Prioritize sleep. Know your signs and seek help early. And share your experiences.
Time now for sports. Malik Foster scored a brace as the Reggae Boys remained perfect in Group C of the CONCACAF Nations League after spanking Aruba 6-0 on Tuesday night in Curacao. Shivani Willis opened the scoring for the Reggae Boys in the 7th minute before Foster doubled their advantage in the 17th minute. The Jamaicans made it 3-0 with 19 minutes on the clock as Clarendon College player Lamar Walker scored his first senior goal. Shamar Nicholson continued his good run in the competition so far when he made it 4-0 just before the halftime break. Following the resumption, Junior Flemings added his name to the score sheet with Jamaica's 5th coming in the 47th minute. Foster returned for his 2nd and Jamaica's 6th on the night with an easy tap-in on the 53rd minute. The result also sees the Theodore Whitmore coach team earning a 4th straight clean sheet. And Jamaican Brandon King is one of the 3 new faces called up to the West Indies squad for their tour of Afghanistan starting early next month. But while 3 new players have gotten a maiden call-up, the new selection committee has opted to leave out some familiar faces.
2019 has been a standout year for Jamaican batsman Brandon King, with a call-up to the Windies A team followed by some outstanding innings in the recent Caribbean Premier League campaign. King ended as the leading run scorer in this year's CPL, making 496 runs at an average of 55.11, with a highest score of 132 not out. The Kingston Cricket Club player has been selected for both the 2020 and the One-Day International Series against Afghanistan. He's joined in both squads by another new face, the CPL's leading wicket-taker Hayden Walsh Jr., who made his international debut for the United States earlier this year. Guyanese fast bowler Romario Shepherd has also earned his senior call-up for the T20 squad, having played for the Windies A this year against India A. The new selection panel, led by Roger Harper with assistant Miles Bashcombe, has decided to leave out previous T20 captain Carlos Brathwaite and Jamaican O'Shane Thomas from their limited overs squads, while Darren Bravo has been dropped from the test side after managing a mere 47 runs in 4 innings at an average of 15.66 against India. There is also no place for Jamaicans Chris Gale, Rothman Powell and Andre Russell in the limited overs squads. The T20 squad reads Karen Pollard captain, Nicholas Puran, Evan Lewis, Shimron Hetmar, Sherfin Rutherford, Jamaicans Brandon King, Fabian Allen and Sheldon Cottrell, Jason Hoda, Hayden Walsh Jr., Cara Pierre and Dinesh Ramdin, with Keswick Williams and Lendl Simmons returning to the team and Alzari Joseph coming back from injury. The ODI squad is made up of Karen Pollard, Shea Hope, Evan Lewis, Shimron Hetmar, Sunil Ambrose, Nicholas Puran, Brandon King, Roston Chase, Jason Holder, Hayden Walsh Jr., Cara Pierre, Sheldon Cottrell, Kimo Paul, Alzari Joseph and Romario Shepherd. Jason Holder will lead the test side, which includes Shea Hope, Jamaican John Campbell, Craig Brathwaite, Shimron Hetmar, Shamar Brooks, Roston Chase, Shane Dowrich, Sunil Ambrose, Jamel Warkan, Rakeem Cornwall, Kemar Roach, Kimo Paul and Alzari Joseph. The Caribbean side will play Afghanistan in 3 T20s, 3 ODIs and a one-off test from November 5 to December 1. Renata Brown for TVJ Sports.
And that's the Midday News. I'm Vashan Brown. Join us at 7 for Primetime News Package. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.